Yo, what's going on, guys? Zebs here bringing you a tutorial, and this week I've decided to do something a little bit special because you guys love it when I do how to make series, basically where I teach you guys how I make my banners from the Cinema 4D stages to the Photoshop stages. So, first off, I'd like to say, how do you guys like the new guy? You know, not Weston, whoops, Vito, how do you guys like him? Things like that. Also, we have our Soundcloud up and running. That's down in the description below if you want to go check it out. And so let's get started. So this week, I'm going to be doing the Cinema 4D part, and next week, I will be doing the Photoshop part. So this video will include this red material right here for you guys to use, and this material right here. These two materials will be included down below. And so yeah, so to start off with, this is just an example of what it looks like. So basically we're gonna be, I guess you could call this a text banner, since there's text in it. Usually I don't really have text in my banners. I don't know, don't like it, but I've just, you know, I started working with it, things like that, so I decided I would make a tutorial on it. And so basically what this is gonna need, all you need is just Reaper-X. This is the only plugin you need. Most people have it, but if you don't, you can buy it on their site at reaperx.com or something like, not Reaper-X, I don't know. Just look it up on the internet. Or you could get it for free, but I don't recommend it. Yeah, so let's get started. So, well, I guess a quick little overview would be the logo, the text, and some of these little things here. It looks basic, but it gets the job done, and it's nice once I show you guys how to do some Photoshop stuff. So I'm just going to remove everything. So now we just have our Dare logo. I've already positioned it and everything like that. You can use whichever logo you like. I'm just using the Dare one for the sake of, I guess that Dare RC's been going, so why not, you know. I'm not going for it, but, you know, be in the spirit. So what I did right there was just a caps, a good little preset for you guys to have a smooth corner but not too smooth is set the fillet caps to 1 1 1 1. I used to do 2 2 2 2, but I decided it was a little bit too thick, so I thought I would change it up and go to that. So as you can see, the edges aren't so sharp and things like that. So the first thing what we're going to do is we're going to add our main material, which is the prime text texture, which this is pretty much my main material that I use on a lot of my stuff. And I'm just going to adjust the texture with length U and length V. I'm just going to kind of move it around a little bit so it matches the render a little bit more. So it's maybe something here. What if I made it smaller? I might make it a little bit smaller. That might make it look a little bit nicer. But basically, what this does is it basically moves textures around, things like that, once you do cubic seamless. So you can position it. So let's say you have a really, really small texture and you make a material with it. You can adjust a little bit so it fits the material. So I like this. I like this. And the next thing what I'm going to do is add the atom array. So I'm going to Control C, Control V, so it duplicates it. I'm going to go atom array by clicking on this little flower thing, holding click, not letting go, and just go atom array, atom array. So once we have two atom arrays, we're going to drag both the extrudes in each one. So extrude 1 will go in atom array 1, and the just extrude will go in the atom array. So what this will do is it'll cause a outline to occur on the logo. But as you can tell now that it's very thick and there's a whole bunch of spheres and all around it, it just does not look that good. So we're going to select both by clicking, hold shift, click the other one so they're both highlighted. And for the cylinder radius, we're just going to set it to 1. And if you push tab, it'll take you down to the next thing. And we're going to set that to 1 as well. So what that'll do is it will create a nice looking outline you can use for all your future renders and things like that if you didn't already know about that. So what we're going to do next is we're going to use the atom array material. And we're just going to set cubic seamless. Now the reason I'm using a brighter one instead of just the same one is because of if I render it out, it'll give it a good little outline, like it's still dark and stuff, so it has a good little metal outline to it. Actually, well, yeah, we can use that one. And basically it has a nice look to it. So yeah, so get whatever concrete material you want, and you can do a little outline like this, like so. And the next thing what we're going to do is we're going to get our text ready. So we're going to go MoGraph and then MoText, and a little text is going to pop up. And we're just going to change the text right away to Zebs. And once we've done that, we're going to change the font to it's Trojan. Hold on, I have it in my notes here. Trojan Pro. Trojan Pro. But we're just gonna get that one ready. I'm pretty sure it's a free font on dafont.com if you want to go check it out. So I'm just going to actually here we'll capitalize them all and we'll just make it smaller. So once we have that, we're just going to make the depth a little bit bigger, not a whole lot, and we're going to bring down the height, which this adjusts the size basically of it, and we're just going to make it a little bit smaller so it fits kind of like the logo-ish kind of same, like, you know, size-ish area, so it's not too big or too small. And we're just going to kind of rotate it by clicking this little rotation tool, and then you could rotate it however you guys like. And we're just going to push it up a little bit so that here, let me take off the camera so I can show a better example. So the back of the logo, since it's a thicker logo, it's not just a flat text, isn't in the logo. So we're just going to kind of move it up so it barely aligns with it. Hold on. It doesn't have to be exact, but, you know, just if you want to, you can. So something like this. This will work. And once we've done that, we're going to add the same effects to the text as we did with the logo. So select the material, cubic seamless, and then duplicate the mode text, Control-C, Control-V, get the atom ray, drag the mode text in that, set it to 1, tab 1, or whoops, set it to 2, whoops, alright, there. And that will create a nice looking outline. We're going to set it to the atom ray material, cubic seamless. Always do that for all your materials so it's each HD, high definition. And once we have done that, what we're going to do next is we are going to start with our little red balls that we have. So to do this, all we got to do is get a landscape, set an object. If you go to the very bottom, go to spherical, and this will create a huge landscape spherical or sphere. And to make this smaller, select this looking square thing with stuff in the middle, and just click, drag to the left to make it smaller, drag to the right to make it bigger. And we're just going to make it a little bit smaller so it fits the whole the canvas of everything. So it's not too big, obviously. And we're just going to kind of position it in natural kind of ways. And then, all right, so let's take it back a notch here. So once you have your landscape around where you want, select a material, which I guess in this case I have the download link down below for this one, but you can use whatever one you want. So I guess you could use any kind of material that is other than a grunge. So you can use lava, you can use a gel, you can use any of that kind of stuff. It'll work. But in this case, I'm going to use this red one I made for this tutorial, for this style, you could say. And I'm just going to Control-C, Control-V, duplicate it, and I'm just going to kind of move it around to different locations so that it kind of looks more natural than if I didn't do that. So we're only going to have a couple, only a few. We don't want a whole lot. We don't want to overwhelm the render with these red sphere balls. So something, I feel like this would work. Here, let me have this one like this. Alright, so this will work. And once we have done that, what we're going to do next is we're going to get this little squiggly line here with the plus and the little pencil on it. And we're going to hold click, and get the freehand tool. Now what this does is it creates a spline that you can draw. So any kind of spline you can draw it however you guys want, as you can see here. And what we're going to do is we're just going to kind of draw some splines in the logo. So something like this. And we're going to go to plugins, Reaper X, get 2 Reaper X's because we drew 2 splines, obviously. Drag the spline into the Reaper X, both of them, like so. And then once you have that, obviously, as you can tell, that it's too big and, you know, it's very nasty looking. So we're going to change the size and all that stuff in the general. So make sure you have them both highlighted, and you're going to select the strands to 1. And what that'll do is it basically minimizes it, because as you can see here, there's 3 rotations. Just like, yeah, it's hard to explain, but if you mess with it, you can tell. Distance, we're just gonna kind of turn that down so it's not so curvy, as you can see here. And then we're gonna turn down the radius. Now that's the thickness of it. We're gonna set it to probably 2, I would say. Yeah, 2 is a good size for it. And I'm just going to line the axis up with all this so it's easier to rotate. But to do this, basically, just click this little L shape here. And then this will allow you to move the axis without moving the object itself. So I'm just going to make sure it's lined up. Good. And to undo it, just click it again. And then you're back to, you can move it however you guys want. So I'm just going to move it something like this. And once I have that, I'm going to put the atom array materials on these ones. And basically what that'll do is it adds this cool little thingy in the logo so it's not so bare. And then we're going to duplicate it and then rotate it. And then we're going to add the red one now. So once we have done that, boom, boom, cubic seamless. Always do cubic seamless. That's important. I'm going to remove these ones for the sake of organization. So once we've done that, what we're going to do next is we're going to add a little bit of splines just kind of popping out randomly. We don't want to have too many though. So something like this. It's the same process. Get the Reaper X's and you can just edit them. Boom, 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 and boom. So now we have them all with the Reaper X on them. And once we've done this, we are just going to set the strands to 1, turn down distance, and lower the radius. And we're just gonna I recommend keeping coils pretty high, I guess. Coils are kind of like the rotation and like the curviness kind of. It's a little bit hard to explain, but again, if you just like mess with it a little bit, you would understand it. I'm just gonna move this to the center again so it's easier to rotate, and I'm just gonna kind of rotate it a little bit like so. Boom. And then this one I'm going to set this one probably red, and then some of these we're gonna try and mix them up a little bit, mismatch, so they're not all red or something like that, you know. And we're just gonna have this one the atom red and this one red. So now that there's a good balance on everything, so once we've done that, basically this would be all you, like this would be the finished render, just like this, rendered out. And then next week I'll show you Photoshop stuff, but you can obviously do a little bit more if you wanted. You could do Nitroblast, I don't know, maybe, you know, just different stuff, mess with stuff if you guys want. Stuff will be down in the description down below for these 2 materials. Hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. Leave a like and comment if you enjoyed it. And yeah, next week will be the Photoshop part, so that includes the color correction, filters, stocks, lighting, all that kind of stuff. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed the tutorial, guys. I've been your host today, and I am out. Peace.